Welcome to Elephants in the Room, presented by the Republican Party of Pasco, with your hosts Sandy Graves and Yvette Beamer. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for Elephants in the Room, presented by the Republican Party of Pasco. We have got the best guest, Jeff Holcomb, and we're going to get to hear from him in just a minute, so stay tuned. We're going to have a great show for you. Sandy, look who's here.
I know. Jeff Holcomb in the house.
He's in the house, yes.
Anyway, we'd like to.
So we are going to have
you.
fun.
We're going to have a good
have
time.
fun. We're not
This is-
gonna, It's not a serious thing. It's
Right.
get to know Jeff time.
It's get to know Jeff. We want to make sure people understand that we have elections coming up. We want to remain redder. I was told redder,
Yeah.
redder the better. So here we are. So Sandy,
Okay, and Jeff, my first question for you is, tell us a little bit about where you were before politically and the job you just ran for.
So where I was politically, I kind of grew up, I was kind of a weird kid that I actually followed politics as a kid.
Me too.
And,
Guilty as
most kids
charged.
don't do that, but I was really into politics. Of course, my dad was, so you want to hang out with dad, you're following politics, so.
My dad was the same way.
So, basically, I kind of moved down here 20 years ago. Part of that was I wanted to be near an airport, wanted to have the low cost of living, the Florida lifestyle. Was looking to join the Navy, joined the Navy Reserves.
Oh.
And I'm still in Intel, 16 years now.
Wow,
Intel.
thank you for your service.
yes, thank you.
Appreciate
that.
Yes.
Appreciate that. So that's all going well. And then I was also a software contractor, and I traveled a lot, so I needed to be near an airport. So all those factors kind of led to Hernando County, and that all made sense. So been here. I've been a commissioner in Hernando County for 8 years. That really wasn't the plan, but a seat became open, and some folks kind of put the bug in my ear, and so here we are.
Okay, now you represent a little bit of Pasco and majority Hernando. Basically.
Correct. So it's the western half of Hernando, with the Parkway being the dividing line, and then just the northwest corner of Pasco.
Well, I know you visited the Trump Club up there,
Yep.
and they really liked you
Yep.
and supported you, and so we're happy
got a
that
good
that club
rating.
did
Oh,
that.
good.
You got a good
And-
rating from that visit.
That's the kind of thing our clubs do, and we appreciate them for that. I know when you were serving as county commissioner, you took a break, didn't you, for your with your service?
I was deployed as a county commissioner
Wow.
from about May of 2016 to I think I came back on July 1st of 2017.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
That-
And how does that work? I mean, obviously
So-
you're serving.
Yep. When you're called to active duty, the seat will remain vacant until the governor can appoint someone temporarily.
Oh, okay.
And so was Governor Scott at the time. He appointed someone temporarily.
Okay.
And then when I got back and come off orders, then it switches back.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Well, it's pretty fair, actually.
Yeah, I will. I'm glad we do that, because there's no reason why you should have lost your position when you're serving this country.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's
how about
true.
you?
No, I think it's wonderful. How has things changed from when you initially got into politics to now? Like, where are we at? Do you think the temperature where we're at?
So from commission time or just this race?
Just any race, from the beginning of your races to now, that you can pinpoint an actual change based on the way the country's moving along.
So I filed for this seat, at the time it was still 35, which is this Blaise Ngolia's seat. And so I filed in February of last year, and it seems like we've moved a monumental amount from what the Democrat Party is trying to instill,
Yeah.
from these woke policies, which are just unbelievable what they're trying to do. And now you're talking about, young girls being able to go to a hospital at very early ages, preteen, to go have gender sex assignment surgery. I just came from an event. I said, folks, you don't need to go and talk to Republicans to get them to vote. You need to talk to people with common sense. Anyone with common sense is going to understand, no, I don't want a man going to the bathroom with my daughter.
Yeah.
I don't want my daughter going to have sexual reassignment surgery in a hospital without my knowledge as a parent. Father of 2 daughters, so that's just mind-blowing to me that party wants that for our society.
I know.
And
Yeah.
thinks that that's the right way to go.
Well, the parent, I mean, let's face it, we're the parent. We, that's why there is an age of adulthood,
Mhm.
and it's not at that age.
Yeah.
And we surely don't need to be in kindergarten trying to teach our children.
Well, there's an age of adulthood,
Yes.
but there's also an age of innocence.
That's right, and
That's,
these children are innocent, and I can honestly say, you know, when we got the letter that my kids were gonna be going through, you know, the sex talk at school, I was like, no, wait a minute, we're gonna talk about that at home, and they're trying to take that right away from parenting, and that's just, it's just unconscionable, and
Well, at one time, the
yeah.
sex talk was mostly the biological
Yeah, it's the way
situation of the
Right.
sex talk.
yeah.
It didn't go into, you know.
Yeah, well, they do now, and let me tell you, if you do not teach your children, somebody is there to teach your children, and it might not be what you want them to know.
Yeah.
So we gotta be on top of all of that stuff and make sure that our values at home are being taught as well, and not people trying to take them away.
But it's a systematic deconstruction of the family, and that's really where the Democrat Party is trying to take us. In some places, they're succeeding, unfortunately, and we got to fight back. Governor DeSantis has done a tremendous job fighting back at that. The current legislature with the bill, of course, they called it the "Don't Say Gay" bill.
Yeah, I didn't see
That's
that
not what
in
the
there.
bill is about.
Yeah.
But you know, bills like that, we could expand on that in the next couple of years. You know,
Yeah.
Why couldn't it be up to 5th grade or farther? You know, this woke indoctrination has no business in our schools or in our offices for the most places.
No, education has a place in education.
Right.
And not ideologies of parties.
Ideology of parties,
Yeah,
yeah, I agree,
exactly.
I agree. Our children need to be educated about our country, history, how to write a check, even though they're kind of obsolete, but they still need to know how to take care of finances. Some kids
Well,
don't
it's
even
an
know
old
what
saying, it's reading,
yeah.
writing, and arithmetic.
Yes.
Right.
And I always, if you can read, you can survive a lot of things, so let's teach our kids to read before we teach them.
I always heard it was fishing. Like if you taught a person to fish, they can eat all the time, right?
Yeah.
So
well, that's-
fishing,
That's a sustenance.
Yes.
Yes.
as you can see, I'm always thinking about food.
Oh. I thought you wanted fishing in the classroom. That sounds good too.
That's okay. That can be with some of the, what is it called? You know, when they get to pick their activities like home
Yeah.
ec. Do we even still have home ec?
Extracurriculum.
Yeah.
Extracurricular.
Do they still have home ec in school?
I'm not sure now.
I'm not
They
sure
they
either.
claim that they never have enough time to teach anything else but the core, but they find other ways to work out this
Yeah.
other
Other stuff.
indoctrination.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think we need to get back to the basics. That's
Yeah.
what I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, so.
There's age-appropriate things, let's
Yes,
just face it.
age appropriate, and I think the parent should have say over their child or children with what is being taught. That's the way I feel,
Yeah.
so.
Now, what do you envision yourself going to Tallahassee and changing and making a miraculous
Yes,
thing?
Well, again, like I indicated earlier, we have a governor that's the best in the country. He's doing a great job, fully supporting him. But beyond that, you know, as a county commissioner, I see the way our tax structure works in our county, and I'd like to maybe look at how the whole tax structure works across the state. You know, in the county, we're focused on property taxes. In the state, it's more sales tax. But the fairer tax is the sales tax. So maybe we could do less taxing at the property level and just focus more on how the sales tax could be maybe better shared from the Tallahassee down to the counties. Because there's a significant portion, I see it in the county. You know, I could drive through a whole section of our county and just say, you know, these folks, they're not paying property taxes. But they're still utilizing, you know, medical services, law enforcement, all the other services that the rest of the taxpayers are actually paying for. So maybe make it a little more equal, but also make it a little more fair too, because, you know, I've studied this a little bit as a commissioner. We're sending 6%, everyone is, all the
Yeah.
counties are sending 6% to Tallahassee. In my county, that works out to $137 million. We're getting
Yeah,
back
that's
12
quite a
million.
chunk.
We're getting back $17 million, which is about 12%. So, you know, maybe if counties do a good job with their budgets, like we've done in Hernando County, maybe when we don't raise taxes or we lower taxes, a little bit more of that sales tax will come back to the counties and say, hey, great job. But we know it's always tight, so here's another percentage or $500,000, $1 million, because we all know you got infrastructure needs,
Yeah.
roads and widening and intersections and stuff. So
That's a good thought.
Good idea.
yeah.
How's your family?
Family's great. I have 2 daughters in Florida universities now.
Ooh.
They were,
Oh, wow.
So we
2
had
kids in college?
2. Yeah, they were
My goodness.
they did a great job in their education in high school and in middle school and elementary. So we were very proud of them. So one's a Seminole and the other one is a Panther down at FIU in Miami.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And girls?
Girls, yep.
What do they do? What are they taking? Do they know what they're going to be doing? Or?
My oldest is focused on international relations and history. She really
Okay.
loves history. My youngest is looking more the science route.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
okay.
That's good.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is good. So science in, breast cancer research, any kind of
Chemistry, forensics, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah.
even, yeah, my daughter loves that stuff.
They could do whatever they want, so really it's whatever they focus on,
That's what I
they'll
tell.
be great.
I'm
So,
glad that you're supporting them.
yeah.
That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
And how is, where do you like to go for a little downtime?
What's that?
Yeah. Yes, you have none, right?
I used to follow sports a lot, but not so much, so
Yeah.
take an occasional sporting event. Football season started up now, so, part of a college game or a pro game or something like that is
Is
how I
a
spend
good
a little downtime, but yeah. Downtime.
You don't get much
Someone
of-
asked me about balance the other day, I'm like, I'm not familiar with the term. So,
Yeah.
Well, I know your schedule's gonna be really, really tight coming
Yeah.
up. And, we were talking earlier with, Ed Hooper and just on the, session and when it starts. And, so do you have any idea kind of what committees you wanna sit on and what you wanna do?
I have a business that's always interested me, so commerce interests me. Been a chairman of the party in Hernando County, so, focus on the political part of the House, that interests me. Appropriation rules, that kind of stuff, anything in that realm.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah.
So
That's
we have
awesome.
somebody representing us right there. And,
Somebody understands money and.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how it all flows
in
and
flows
works.
out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yep, I just know when deposits are made into my checking account. No, really, I think we all, understand where the party is, fiscally in terms of our ideology and what we believe conservative, small business, supporting small business and less taxes and less government. So, that's just what we're trying to say is we want you to go vote. We want you to obviously vote Republican because we feel that our country, that's what we need right now in this time of what we would call wokeness. You can't even have a conversation with somebody sometimes with a difference of opinion without them calling you a racist. And I have friends on both sides of the aisle with different beliefs and different faiths, and I love them all. But there has to be a breaking where we can actually have a conversation and
Yeah.
talk about our differences without,
Getting angry.
yeah, and being able to enjoy the Thanksgiving table every year without, somebody not showing up because, you don't think the same way. I just find that very in the box thinking.
Well,
So,
the left has tried to be so loud and so outrageous.
Yeah.
And so in your face that they're really turning people off, and I think it's
I do too.
I think the folks are really understanding that now. I think that we're gonna have a red wave. It's gonna be larger than
what?
the pundits are saying.
Yeah.
Because, no one wants where the Democrat Party is right now. They're, probably most of the common sense, old school, people that are a little older, Democrat Party, they're not for this stuff.
Yeah.
When we got Bill Maher kind of siding on us sometimes.
Right.
well, I think
Well,
he's just
right.
looking at it from above instead of from his, he more like a moderate Democrat, Bill
Well, I
Maher,
would
a
have
little
called
bit.
him liberal.
He's
up
liberal.
Until,
Yeah.
Until Joe Biden.
Well,
came
they're all,
along.
they're all very, yes, he does make some good points and it does sound good on our side, but.
That's all he
yeah,
says. Just be
yeah.
logical about
But
Logical.
look at the women's movement or feminist movements. They've gone so far beyond with the transgender that they're now anti-feminist or anti-woman with the transgender movement. You're going to let a man go and compete against women in multiple sports, volleyball, swimming, and that hurts the women's movement, hurts
does.
girls and
Yes,
young
girls
women.
that have trained
Yeah.
and trained and trained their whole life.
And how
to
can
have
you
somebody
look
come
at
in.
that as a parent of a daughter and be like, or just a common sense parent and be like, that's good. We want that. No one wants that. You want your daughter or your child to have
Sure
the
not fair.
best opportunity.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And so I think that's what, that's what we're here for. And we
Yeah.
appreciate you and your service to our country
Thank
and
you.
your service to, the county, most part. And I just think
Your representation, we
Yes.
appreciate that.
we
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah,
do.
and I'm looking forward to I know Pasco a little bit and met the commissioners before and a lot of your officials, so looking
Nice.
forward to meeting the folks on the ground and getting more involved in the
Well, that's
Pasco
why
life.
we wanted to have you
Yeah.
here today and
Yeah.
be part of we just started this a couple of weeks ago.
Elephants in the room.
So Jeff was nice enough to sign up,
Absolutely.
one of the first sign-ups we had, so.
We appreciate
you
it.
being here.
Yeah, so.
And good luck.
Yes,
Thank
no,
you.
and listen, let us know if you need anything, if you wanna make any kind of special announcements, make sure you use our platform to do it.
Yeah.
But-
Call.
But we,
We'll set this up really fast,
there
we
you
can do
go.
it.
Make sure you vote, regardless, voting is your voice. It's important to vote, and it's important for us if you vote Republican and you vote red, and we're so glad to have you today.
There's no other choice.
Yes,
Vote red.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then, so, we have this thing that we do at the very end, it's called Trunks Up, and we actually put our trunk up and
Okay.
go
Yeah,
ahead
use the
and
right
just
hand or
let-
left hand,
and
is
whi-
it?
well,
Whichever hand
whichever
you
hand
want.
you're comfortable with.
Whichever trunk you want.
Yeah.
But actually, it's the way the elephants say hi to one another. It's also a symbol of good luck and good fortune. So
Yes.
we
All
wish
right.
you that. And so at the count of 3,
Count us in.
1, 2, 3.
Trunks up, everybody. And that is another segment and show from Elephants in the Room, presented to you by the Republican Party of Pasco.
R-pop.
RPOP. You have to put that in there, don't
Yeah, I do,
you?
I do.
love it, RPOP.
It just feels good.
And I get it. And thank you, Jeff Holcomb. Thank you
Absolutely.
very much for being here. And have a great and blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you.